This is the settings for the Poltercom element processor on the rear of the Poltercom. What we're going to do is we're going to go through some of the settings that I have come up with and that I think sounds pretty good, but you can adjust your own settings. On the back, you'll notice that there's a knob here, and when you turn the knob, it changes the numbers. Now when it does this, this is different presets. When you get your Poltercom, number 1 is a bypass, which means everything on the rear processor is bypassed. The only thing you're going to hear is what's coming out of the front small processor or the tuner. So you don't want to overwrite over number 1. So we're going to go ahead and turn it to number 2. Now when we do that, you'll notice all of these are lit up. Don't worry about that right now. We're going to hit the left arrow key and start off. You'll see that it moves around. We're going to start off right here. It says compressor. I have it off for this setting. We go next to amp. I have it off as well. And then next for EQ, this is your bass, mid, and treble settings. I usually put my bass about 4, and then I'll hit the right key. And this is your mid-range. I leave it at about 4, and then I add a little bit of highs. So that would be 8 right there. And we're still on EQ. So I'm going to hit the right arrow again. This is going to take us to our gate. I have it on GA8. You can turn this. Yours may not look the same. It may be off, but you want to turn it to the right. Go all the way to GA8. Right before SL. So right there is GA8. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to hit the right key again. This is going to take me over to mod effects. I have it on PA4. So for PA4, we want to turn it. It's right above pH and all those. It's up pretty high. So PA4 right there. I'm going to hit the right key again. This will take me to my delay. I have it on AN9. This is up there also. AN9 is right there. And I hit it again. This is the amount of delay you want, or echo. I have it set on 1 second. You can lower it down to 500. These are milliseconds here. But I have mine on 1 second. I like to be able to hear my responses 1 second after. And then next we go to reverb. This is a HL9. So you can turn this all the way to HL9. And now we are done. So what we want to do is we want to store this, and we want to make sure we store it to number 2. If you hit your store button right here, it's going to ask you. It's going to blink. And we are on number 2, but you can be on number 1. You do not want to overwrite number 1. So number 2 is right there. Hit store. It's going to say SD card. That means it's stored. Now I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. And this is a bypass of the tuner, what we're hearing now. Bypass. Okay, it's sweeping a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead. You'll hear some stations coming in. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to number 2. Listen to the difference. So you notice you can hear your responses 1 second after. It's because of all our echo and delay settings. But you can go through and change all these to your specs and then save it as number 2 or number 3 or so on. And if you have any questions, you can email us at paranologies@yahoo.com.